All right, welcome. I'm glad that you could join me today. And today's meditation is a functional one that you can listen to and follow while you're working or driving a car. And it will work on many levels as it will help you to be present and calm at any given time, which is a very powerful experience. So in this series, I will help you to train to keep your mind clear, to remain calm, and to live confidently in the present moment. So let us begin. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Check your shoulders. Are they relaxed? Whatever you're doing at this moment, can you do it with your shoulders down and relaxed? Now smile, big, huge smile. And do this throughout this meditation. Hold these two poses, checking in on your shoulders and your smile. So let's take another deep breath in. Inhale and exhale. Today, we will identify areas where you are lost or you have lost yourself, your old beliefs of dependence, controlling experiences, shame and humiliations, fears, stories and illusions, people, lifestyles, attitudes, and demands. We will focus on beliefs that your mind is ready to embrace and to release, and where it's ready for change, progress, and transformation. Listening to this meditation over and over again can help prepare you for small steps to embrace and release what you're ready for. So hear these words and feel them deep within your body, mind, and your soul. Allow them to penetrate deep into your heart, because you are absolutely worthy of every virtue. You are worthy of every life-giving belief. As you hear these statements and let them into your heart, they will transform you gently, profoundly, and bring greater and higher good in your life. There have been times in your life where you have denied your real and true self, where you have felt disconnected from life, and where you continually fear engaging with the moment, not knowing if you're doing it correctly. These are the times where you may act appropriately, follow the rules. You may do this unconsciously or consciously, putting on an act, but not being authentic. You don't know who you are, so you let others around you define your existence. This is where your greatest need is, to put yourself into life and experience your real and beautiful self. When out of balance, life will feel mechanical, but in balance, you feel engaged and whole. So these statements will help bring you up and shift you and shift the energy of imperfection and fabricated identity so that you can begin to freely express yourself, see your divine worth, and let go of anything that holds you in a state of make-believe. So take a deep breath, and we will start. Imagine looking into a mirror and talking to yourself. And in this moment, speak this maxim to yourself with the care and compassion you would give to the most apprehensive of beings. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. So let us release the fear of being imperfect. We will breathe after each statement, consciously creating a new pathway of response. So repeat after me. I give myself permission to bring up and address the unconscious beliefs that have kept me stuck in patterns of response that bring harm to myself and others. Breathe and release. I give myself permission to forgive the people and institutions that have influenced my beliefs when they have encouraged false beliefs, even when they believed it to be good. Breathe. I forgive myself for my false interpretation of the rules presented to me. Breathe. I ask others to forgive me when I have hurt or caused harm because of my false interpretation of reality. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I have no meaningful contribution. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am not recognized. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am not good. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am invisible and that I don't exist. Breathe. I forgive myself for not knowing who I am. Breathe. I forgive myself for denying my true, authentic self. Breathe. I forgive myself for denying my spiritual reality. Breathe. I forgive myself for denying my true feelings. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I cannot be safe until everything is perfect. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing imperfection is not allowed. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing everything in my life must be perfect. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that my definition of perfect is the only definition when others may have different expectations. Breathe. I forgive myself for using imperfection as an excuse to withhold love from myself and others. Breathe. I forgive myself for being afraid of not being perfect. Breathe. I forgive myself for being afraid of things in my life for not being perfect. Breathe. I forgive myself for being afraid of the relationships I have not being perfect. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing there is no mental or spiritual reality. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing spirit does not exist. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing there is no true, unseen reality. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I can't possibly feel what I can't see. Breathe. I forgive myself for denying my mental connection to reality. Breathe. I forgive myself for denying my real, eternal self. Breathe. I forgive myself for ignoring my spiritual experience because it can't be seen. Breathe. I forgive myself for pretending. Breathe. I forgive myself for faking happiness when I engage with others. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that appropriate behavior will maintain my image of perfection. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that perfect means appropriate behavior, even when I have to pretend. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to acknowledge my divinely created spirit and the true expression of my spirit. Breathe. I forgive myself for being vacant in my own body and in my life. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that being vacant in my own body and in my life will keep me from making mistakes and not being perfect. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I can't feel and experience my true self, that I have to hide it or put on an appropriate act. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing the world is empty and false. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I have no substance that is worthwhile. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to acknowledge my true, authentic experience of self. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to feel and see the spirit within all creation, including myself. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I am not allowed to feel the perfection of my individually designed spirit. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that my individuality does not exist. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I have to please others in order to exist for them. Breathe. I forgive myself for ignoring myself in order to appear holy. Breathe. I forgive myself for throwing myself away to appear generous and good. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am not allowed to feel myself while participating in life. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that it is selfish to feel and acknowledge my true essence in life. Breathe. I forgive myself for maintaining my emptiness and lack of fulfillment through self-denial and vain sacrifices. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing I am not allowed to experience unity and individuality within myself. Breathe. I forgive myself for rejecting my spiritual experience. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing time is just a constant, rigid march forward that will never change. Breathe. I forgive myself for failing to embrace the present moment as a complete being, both spiritual and physical. And breathe. I give myself permission to release the fear of not measuring up and making mistakes. Breathe. I give myself permission to release the fear of pleasing others, even those I don't like. Breathe. I give myself permission to believe that I am more than my physical body. Breathe. I give myself permission to be authentic to my eternal self. And breathe. I give myself permission to acknowledge and love my spiritual self. Breathe. I give myself permission to acknowledge that my spiritual self validates my authenticity. Breathe. I give myself permission to believe that I am allowed to feel my wholeness of spirit within my body. Breathe. I give myself permission to believe and feel the unity of my body and my spirit. Breathe. I love and accept my core essence exactly how it is and always has been. Breathe. I love and accept my fulfilling, perfect spirit. Breathe. I love and accept my perfection of spirit rising above the imperfections of my life. Breathe. I love and accept my imperfection. Breathe. I love and accept myself even when I am not perfect. Breathe. I feel most secure and safe when I embrace my true and authentic self because I am. It is exactly how it is, and there is no second guessing what is appropriate. Therefore, I can't lie. I can't fake it. I am just me, and it is so much easier. Breathe. It is so much easier to feel my feelings and accept my spiritual reality. Breathe. I know and feel that my appropriate behavior is authentic to who I am. Breathe. I am safe with love and relationships when I act authentically. Say this again. I am safe with love and relationships when I act authentically. Breathe. I know and feel myself within my own experience of life. Breathe. I feel my joyful expression of myself in my participation of life. Breathe. I know the world is real because of that spiritual essence put within me that connects me to others and to the Creator of all. Breathe. I feel and love my core essence, my spirit, and the unseen parts of me that I have yet to discover. Breathe. I feel love and wholeness through my knowledge and experience of my core essence. Breathe. My core essence exists and is bigger and more magnificent than I could have ever imagined. Breathe. I am now free to know and express my real feelings. Breathe. I am free to know I am real and what I feel is real and it is valid. Breathe. I am free to know who I really am and accept it with passion on all levels. Breathe. I am free to express who I am through the life I live all around me. Breathe. I am free to feel whole and happy, expressing my true self through my life. Breathe. I am free to experience a fulfilling life because I feel connected to the unseen in my life and others, and I honor it. Breathe. I am free to participate in life and allow others to participate as well, without conditions or expectations that are not true and authentic. Breathe. I feel myself within the presence of the now, gently engaging and flowing with the river of life. Breathe. I love the time I experience in the present through my experience and authentic expression of myself. Breathe. I easily engage with life and I show up for myself and others. Breathe. I pay attention to the feelings and experiences of myself and others. I tell the truth to myself, and I'm honest with myself and others. Breathe. I let go of what no longer is in the best interest for me or for others. Breathe. When I live authentically, my life becomes better than I could ever imagine. Breathe. So as I move into harmony with my true nature, help me to let go of anything that isn't honest and real. Help me to see past the illusions that I have created. Help me to stop needing to pretend in order to be accepted and loved by others. Help me to be honest about who I am and how I want to engage with life. Help me to step in and engage with life from a place of true, real authenticity. And help me to embrace what truly makes my heart sing. Help me to become the best version of myself, fully engaged and honestly living my best life. Breathe. You are now creating something new, bringing into existence this new thing in the present moment. You are carrying more power and stronger beliefs to manifest the peace, happiness, and calm that is divinely gifted to you at all times. So smile and be real as you start making a positive difference in your world. Thank you.